How's it going, lads? It's Cheese Monster here, and with the near release of Legacy Tabor, I thought I'd just do a deep dive into whether or not it's actually worth the purchase and worth playing over main Tabor. Now before we get into it, if you're new here, this channel is all about Ghost of Tabor news, gameplay, and hot takes, so if that's your thing, the subscribe button's right there. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. So first things first, for anyone who doesn't know, Legacy Tabor is an older version of Ghost of Tabor. I'm gonna go ahead and guess it's Wipe 5, but it could be anywhere from 4 through 6. It launches on July 31st and it's priced at like $10 right now, and it is a separate thing to the base game. The pitch from the devs is that we can go back to relive the old island that many players have been asking for ages, and then I'm assuming they want everyone to realize that it was bad, then forget about it and hop back on the main game. Now I know me personally, I'll be staying until the final full lobby, but because it won't get any content updates or bug fixes, it will probably die out faster than a lot of people are hoping. However, it will be pretty fire to say the least. No secure containers, old meds, and old island. So the question everyone's asking is simple. Is Legacy Tabor actually worth the money? Or is this just some nostalgia bait? So let's break down the actual differences, starting with the maps. So Scott said there would only be 3 maps: Missile Silo, Makamiest, and the original island of Tabor. However, Collector is seen in the trailer, and you know what comes with Collector? Underground. But here, we see there's only 3 maps plus their testing map. So clearly there's something going on here. Whatever, Collector and Underground or not, I don't care, as long as it has Old Island. So yeah, most likely 3 or 4 maps compared to the soon-to-be 6 after the new map Sazava Valley is added to the main game. Next we have gameplay and mechanics. So there's a lot here. I won't lie, there's been a lot added since Old Tabor. There'll be no tack sprinting, bags will have collisions, no leaning. I don't know if anyone actually intentionally uses that anyway. There'll be no bag, helmet, or armor folding. AP will be buyable, and like the list goes on. Gameplay wise, at least on Island, will be drastically different. For the people that haven't ever played Old Island, enjoy the fact that you didn't have to deal with the tree campers, I'll tell you that. It's going to be annoying having them back, but then again, they kept me on my toes, you know? Also, the rush to labs is something that I'll never miss. PvP is going to go crazy because of the excellent POIs. It's just such a well-designed map, no glaze. And it's not going to be some big donut anymore. Now here's the juicy part, progression and longevity of the actual game. So depending on the wipe, we could have old missions. And let me give you some off the top of my head, like for Minty, there was a kill 15 Phoenix in 3 raids on Makamiest mission. That would give you 5,000 rep every time you did it, and you didn't get different missions for each trader level you went up. So personally, I would just do this one all the way up to Minty 5. And then the rest were just Spectre missions, like kill 25 players and kill 10 players without dying, because, you know, I was all about the PvP. So leveling Spectre was fun. I think missions were a lot more fun back then. There'll be no quests, so no bag drop-offs, no item extractions, which a few people may be disappointed about. But me personally, I never really got into them. Now let's dive deep here with the longevity of the game. How long do I estimate the game will last? It's easily lasting a wipe, no doubt about it. As long as there's no stupid bugs like scavs head tapping you from 200 meters away, it will last a wipe. Now after wipe, because it wipes at the same time as main Tabor, it won't get any content updates while main Tabor will. So wipes on Legacy Tabor may be a bit dry as people try out the new content on main Tabor. But I reckon if an update's not good, people are just going to come right back. Now the lack of content updates and bug fixes will unfortunately eventually catch up to everyone. If next wipe is good, because apparently soon there should be some improvements done to the new island, most likely some better colouring and maybe even improving the layout, then yeah, there might not be as many players on Legacy Tabor. But yeah, if you are keen to try it out as someone who's never played it, I'd say it's worth it. Give it a go, and for the people who are returning, maybe we'll get let down. Maybe, just maybe, we're blinded by nostalgia. But nah, that's not the case. Servers are going to be so full. There is a lot of hype for this. It's not going to be some small legacy version that no one plays. This will even take away from the main game's player base without a doubt. So if you're scared of it being dead, don't be. Alright, so the case for buying Legacy Tabor is if you do want to go back and relive the good old days, it'll be worth it. Scratch that itch. If you realize you hate it, at least you know. But I'm 99% sure it will be fun. Also, if you're ever burnt out on the main game ever, you can come over to Legacy Tabor and basically get a new wipe with different maps and gameplay. It'll make it so you can still play the same game even if you're burnt out on one version. And the case against buying Legacy Tabor is if you don't support CWS splitting the player base, don't buy the game. And since you're deciding to play the main game, you're getting all the content updates and bug fixes for the rest of the future of Tabor. If you don't want to pay extra for a step back in content, that's completely understandable. Personally, if you aren't thinking of buying it, I would love to change your mind. It is just 10 bucks and it's not just a one or the other deal. You can just jump between the two if you like. Me personally, I don't really see a downside to buying it. It'll be fun and I get to make content on it, so stay tuned for that, because if you haven't hit the subscribe button already, you should do that. I'm honestly debating doing a 24-hour Twitch stream when it drops. This is gonna be so peak. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And since we're talking about whether or not it's worth buying, I've actually got 3 copies of Legacy Tabor to give away right now. So if you want a shot at not having to pay for it at all, make sure to check the pinned comment on how to enter. But hey, that's me for this one. Let me know down in the comments whether you've already pre-ordered Legacy Tabor, and if you enjoyed this, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one, lads.